that's come up. Like, tell me specifically, like what am I getting the thank you for a woman? I'm just speaking from that. What is it that I did that you think is great? I want to know how to reproduce it, right, for you. But if you just like, oh, I just love what you blah 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 blah, and kind of like, well, what did I do that actually affected you in that way?
This is
connection.
Yeah, this is what I really like as I was listening to Brooke and thinking, like, what is she saying is important to her? When she said what she likes about being like how she likes to be celebrated, it was in direct correlation to what she values. So she was like, I want to be acknowledged for the hard work that I do. I want to be acknowledged for making a difference, right? And so as you listen for how someone wants to be celebrated, you can listen for what they value most, what's most important to them. And
I didn't say that, of course. I didn't say those words. I said, I just want to thank you, and I want to hear that it made a difference for someone. And then Paige is like, oh, what I hear in that, right? She was listening to my need.
Yeah, listening for what she's saying is important to her, right? We're using the tools, but it's so beautiful and when I said it, she just had tears because it was like, oh, that's exactly what it is. So for Judy, how you celebrate her is telling her exactly how she made an impact on you so she can reproduce it, because that's who she is in the world. She wants to keep reproducing good results, right? That's what she values in a big way. So beautiful. Thank you. Any other comments, Dad? Oh yeah, you're
in response to Judith's comments, it's not good enough to just phone somebody up and say, hey, thanks, and hang up. You have to be very specific. And I would like to be very emphatic that 2 thank yous for 2 different things is better than one. So if Judy, if somebody says, thanks for, the lovely meal, it's perfectly wonderful for them to also say, I really appreciate the time that you spent to entertain us, right? Like, it doesn't hurt. Compliments never hurt, and I think they always work.
Gratitude.
And I live in a life. I was a lawyer for a long time, and I don't think saying thank you to your lawyer is considered to be proper for people. But boy, I'll tell you, every now and then, when somebody says it, I'm thrilled. I charge them a lot of money. We get the thing done. They make money. I make money. Everybody's happy. And they say, thanks, Greg. I love it.
Yeah. Gratitude and forgiveness is like the secret sauce to relationships, right? Whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's a lover. So it's so beautiful. Well, let's dive into the final part. We have a few more minutes, and I wanted to hear some just takeaways. Like, how has this course, the LUX program, changed your life? How are you showing up differently? How are you having different conversations with loved ones? What are you doing differently? How are you being differently than you were at the beginning of the course? And would love to hear some shares, maybe examples or stories. Just how are you experiencing life different? Yes, Vienna.
I'm going to have to drive again, so I'll go first.
Yay.
I just almost every day, as I'm super intense going through material quick right now, so it's on my mind all the time. But I think, what if I hadn't gone to the last Legendary event? What if I hadn't gone to the concert? We almost left. We couldn't find our people, and then found you, and somebody said, oh, hey, Paige is doing this thing. And I went, oh, interesting, and I had seen the Queen's Code at the bottom of Judith's stairs. So thank you, Judith, for allowing me to stay in your beautiful home and, appreciate your good teaching and wisdom and energy, and that you had books in baskets around the house and on shelves. And so just from that, Queen's Code drew me. And then, oh my goodness, Paige is doing something with Queen's Code. Okay. And then that led to this, led to this, led to this, to the live event. And it isn't even just this course, but anything further that I do with regard to this, not, yes, applying it in my life, but even every additional course links back to taking this one, which links back to seeing the book at Judith's house, and I just think I will never be the same again. You can never unknow what you've come to know, right? And so I will never look at men differently. The same. I will never look at women the same. I will never look at myself the same, because I got to do this. And the accountability and the love and the connection and the materials you've provided, it just is the gift that's going to keep on giving, not even just this year or this lifetime, but for eternity. So thank you.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much. It's so beautiful. And I'm just like, I love sharing this stuff. It's so freaking life-changing. It's so awesome. Thank you, Vienna. It's just been so wonderful having you. I love how you play full out and who you are in the world and all that you contribute. So thank you. Thank you. Can't wait for the next chapter.
So,
Judy.
I think, and ditto to everything that Vienna said, is how much clearing out of clutter of my mind I've done. Right? It's not about the other person. It's not about more manipulation skills. It's not more about that. It's actually clearing out preconceptions, either about myself or others. And the safety piece was the biggest one for me, which those of you who know me would realize that would not ever be the thing that you would think would be the thing that was the thing, right? And nor did I. But that piece of safety is something I choose rather than something somebody provides. That has just been like pulling out the card that unraveled all of the things that needed to be washed down the road. And I don't even know how I got it, but I never would have got it, because so much of the content would be ways of doing things, right? Not ways of dissolving things. So that was huge. And however it showed up for me. And therefore it reinstates the honesty. It reinstates the seeing another. It reinstates pieces that were there, but not integrated. So that's one of the things for me that's caused the reintegration of all the values being done from a different place, a deeper, more heartfelt place, without all of the whatever those things are that I'm pointing out.
Yeah, I love that so much. Like, it's like a defrag almost, especially going through LUX. It's all that Sedona method and all that, just kind of like seeing that we can just release stuff. And that foundation that like we are in charge of our own safety. And I love the concept oh my gosh, in Understanding Women. I'm jumping ahead because there's so much good stuff in there. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Judy. It's just such a joy to have you. I love how much you contribute. What about you, Brooke or Jolene? Do you want to share?
Ditto with Vienna and Judith as well. And love to you, Paige, for bringing this, because it's brought a complete new language to me. Me and Vienna were laughing about this, it's like Chinese. reading backwards, and from the back forward and different things. It's a complete new language, and it's exciting. It's challenging, but to look at myself in a new way and give myself new tools, to see myself differently and live a different outcome than what I thought was, destined to be. In fact, love to Judy, helping me this morning, and just in honoring and seeing something to honor, and honoring in my son, in myself, in those around me, in my son's dad, just the awareness of the honor and the needs. It's okay to fill my needs, and it's not selfish, and it's not diminishing of anybody else. And to honor myself with that allows me to show up as a whole new person. That is just, thank you. I'm grateful too that I just, you happen to say something and say, oh, I want to learn from Paige, because you as well, Allison is huge, but you with your heart, Paige, is just fabulous, and so grateful for you and your acceptance and your loving heart that you have, and loving to get to know your parents, because then you know exactly where your heart comes from. So love you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I feel like I'm receiving so much acknowledgement to go along with this class. Thank you, Mama and Dad. Do you want to? Oh, Vienna.
I want to say too, just the phenomenal aspect of your whole family jumping on board. I had one of your brothers-in-law in my group for Queen's Code. And it was just, it was very much I have no idea why I'm here. I don't even know what this is. I don't know why, my wife said I was doing it, so I said yes, but he could have turned on his heel and said, forget it. Are you kidding me? And just to even watch him process and go, you know what? I'm part of this family, and this is what we do, and just just like, wow, that yes, both of your parents, all of your siblings and their spouses, it's just like so awesome, the support, and not just of you, but of all of us, and the example and the willingness to learn. And so thank you all.
Yeah, I have the most amazing family ever. Like I still like pinch myself. Like I meet so many people that they're coaches or they do all this stuff and their family doesn't want anything to do with it. And I'm like, whatever I do, my whole family's like, we want to do it too. Like I seriously just have the best, most amazing support system. So I second that. I have the most amazing family, and it's so cool that they're all doing this and that we all get to share this language and this information together. Like so cool. So thank you, Vienna, for pointing that out. I love it so much.
And I'm going to give
Judy.
Out to Jolene and Vienna and Lori and Monica and all of them, right? Because we have a friendship, especially some of us that are here in town. I'm so glad we're close too. So it's like creating larger circles so that you actually have that support. And I think that's the beauty of what you've done, Paige, is you've created a circle that we can connect to, and we're all local too. Or well, you're like local, even though you're not. but even just having those circles and having these groups, that creates even more circles and more influence and more freedom for all of us.
Thank you. And that's what I really wanted with this, like this Essentials program is to create the conversations and the connections where we get to talk about it. We get to share, we get to role play, we get to practice. Like we can all absorb information, but it's so different when we actually get to create it. And so yeah, doing it with friends is so just optimal for what we're doing. So I love the group of you that are just even becoming more and more tight, but you are already friends and already committed to each other in a really beautiful way. So thank you for being that example of friends that grow together and learn together and practice together and meet together. So very, very, very beautiful. Okay, Dad, your turn.
My what I learned from this whole course is really basic. I didn't realize that that women saw men as being providers. I just was doing it and thinking, oh well, this is sort of all I can do. I'm not sure, So that was a big thing, and also there's the silly thing about frog makers, right? Like, that actually was a major thing for me to have more sympathy for some of my friends who were really messed up by their wives, like really messed up. And I could see it. I could see that, oh, that's tough. I mean, she's brutal with this guy, totally brutal. But I didn't realize that she was in fact frog maker.
Frog farming.
What's the expression?
Frog farming.
Frog farming. Yeah, she was frog farming, and she had a franchise going because she would infect everybody else, and they would all be, on getting on top of their husbands and getting mad at them about things, and the guys are thinking, "Oh, what's this all about?" So it's really clarified the relationship for me between men and women and the various needs. And Judith, you said something about the safety. I get that now. I understand that a whole lot more. And that's a real function for guys. But unless a woman knows that she needs the guy to provide for safety and express it and express how to do it, the guy's not going to even think of it. Because, I mean, we don't mind walking down most blind alleys where a woman would never go.
This understanding women, like spoiler alert, this is going to just slam you with this kind of it's going to take that to a whole nother level of understanding this dynamic of women needing safety and how men how to provide this. And it's so exciting to just get even more clarity around this, because it is such a huge thing.
Yeah, Allison said, guys, that's your biggest problem. That was interesting.
Yeah. So Jolene.
Can I just say that I am so grateful, and for Gregory, for you being here, because it's great for us to talk about stuff amongst us as women, but my heart is just like, oh, I love to hear as you state it. Yes, it's that simple. Because I'm so grateful, and I appreciate you for showing up for us. Thank you for showing up for me, because it's so enlightening to hear from your perspective and to know we can hear it. But when you go, yeah, just tell me thank you, call me and tell me thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So beautiful. So we'll just wrap up. Mom, do you want to say any final words before we end?
Well, I guess I better.
You better.
I better. I would say that it's really been nice to get to know you other women, and that you're friends together, and we're moving. Greg and I are moving, and we're changing, and so that's really been a part of what we're doing right now, and so you're helping us to move better, and to and of course we do appreciate the appreciation you have for the compliments you gave us, and and that the girls and their husbands have in fact, you know, learned a lot of this stuff that we didn't have access to, did we, before, in years gone by. And so putting it into better clarity. But yeah, so those are some of my congratulations and my gratitudes and thoughts, and the fact that we're moving and we're changing. Yeah, it's I hate to think it's more work, but it is, in a very real sense, a lot of self-discipline.
Well, thank you, Mom. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll be on next week. Look for the email with the recordings and with the next workbook of Understanding Women. And at the same time, same place, we'll just continue along. Again, there's the package of Understanding Men and Understanding Women that you can get. So it's an easy place for people to jump into the next 2 courses with us. And so please share. And yeah, we begin next week. So
And
thank you.
tighten your safety belts because it's going to move fast.
Yep. So catch up if you're not caught up, and we'll jump in. So love you all. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Coach. Love
Is
you.
next week top of the hour or
Yeah,
half
at
hour?
11. 11.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
back on schedule next week. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Very good question. Bye.